Pause. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Great.
BX in the building.
They don't think you could do it, but tell you to try when they talk. All I hope had to keep it at last when the day in the Bronx, but you wouldn't survive. Can be low when I pop out, they know I've arrived. I go have conversations with Zoe, he gon' tell me pull up and come say what you know. I've been up, I can count all them days in a row. We don't say what we do, we be making the show. They say I'll be
the voice of the Bronx. We have Bronx Legend, but the guys are out here. Can I get a yeah?
Leave them all right where they at. Try to diss me, I bet I don't even react. Put a show on, I bet you somebody gon' I pick me a book up and drink me some water, invest in the stock. All
right, peace and love, world. Welcome to an episode of Conversation with Zoe. We are here with the Bronx Legend, Goodz Da Animal, artist, entrepreneur, slick walks, slick talks, nothingbutkoods.com. What's the word, my brother?
I'm chilling.
How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling.
Happy to have you here.
Blessed.
Also, remember, 27 Battles catalog, which totaled 42 million views. Well, 377,323 views, to be specific, right? So, and we're going to start you off here in honor of this dropping on Valentine's Day, right? I got to ask you, have you ever had a woman in your life that you loved but was no good for you?
That was no good for me?
It was no good for you.
Nah,
you just love her.
Nah, I'm gonna be real true. I think I had a couple of good ones that I let go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never really had no bad ones that I fell for that wasn't good. Nah,
right.
all the ones I ever fell for, it wasn't a lot.
Right.
They was good.
Right.
It was good. Word.
Do you believe in love?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you have a Valentine?
Do I have a Valentine?
Yeah.
Not yet.
How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I think it's for the women.
Right.
I think it's for the women. But I got a daughter, though, so kind of every Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is my daughter's my Valentine, kind of, so.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's more for the female, though.
Right. It definitely is. And what's the most toxic thing you've done for love?
The most toxic thing I've done?
For love.
Oh, man. When I was my first real girlfriend, this is long. This is, I'm talking about high school days, though.
Right.
When I messed up and she ain't want to deal with me no more, I think I might have popped up on her block. It's probably the most, I ain't never do nothing real crazy. That's probably the most craziest thing I ever did, was pop up on a block without her knowing.
Right.
Knocking on the door.
Right.
That was it, though.
And describe Goodz as a boyfriend.
If you're talking about Goodz now, I'm like a grown man now that went through it. I learned a lot. So me now as a boyfriend is actually a great thing. Like when you're a certain age, well, I know for me, at one point I didn't know how to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't I just ain't know how to be in a relationship. I thought I did at the time, but you know what I'm saying? Me going through, I was kind of harsh. Like I never, you got a girl. One thing I learned is this as I got older. You got to treat, females are fragile. They, you know what I'm saying? You got to treat them with care. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I didn't know before. So now being in a relationship with me or me being, me having a girlfriend is an excellent thing because I didn't learn all that. And now I'm like soft and I'm cool and I don't want no issues at all. If we have a problem or you feel a way about me, we're going to get over it that day. Talk to me. Let me know what it is. I'm going to understand you. If it's something that you right about, I'm going to say you right, I'm sorry, and I'm going to fix it, and that's it. We're going to move on. I don't like to go into the next day now feeling any type of way if I'm in a relationship or in life, period. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you feel social media has kind of ruined relationships? Like,
I think when you start posting your significant other, I think you should keep social media totally out of your relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it can mess it up. But I think if you keep your personal business out of social media, then you'll be all right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple tweets that we're going to go throughout the course of the conversation, but this one says, I think every battle rapper is dope, honestly. Battle rap is one of the toughest sports in the world. All these niggas is fire. You can have your favorites, but all these dudes deserve their credit.
That's something I wrote.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right,
So
why
why tweet that? You know.
It's how I was feeling at the moment. I don't think I think everybody got their favorites in battle rap. I think battle rap is one of the top sports, period, in the world. And I think everybody got their favorites, but when you sit back and pay attention to what these dudes, and put me in it, because I do it, what we go through and what we gotta do, it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta prepare to stand in front of somebody, in front of 2,000-3,000 people with the bright lights on you. You don't have no chances, so you can't mess up.
Right.
It ain't like performing, you got music playing in the background and you could go over the word. Nah, this is the first time everybody is hearing what you about to say, and you gotta make them like it. It's the hardest thing in the world to do, and battle rappers do it on a consistent basis, night in and night out. So you gotta give credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, and nobody did it, those are my peers. I wanted to give them credit and say, I think everybody should get credit because it's a tough sport, and everybody in battle rap is nice. Right. Whether you like them or you don't, whether it's something you want to hear from them or they ain't really your style, they all nice. They all nice at crafting their material and putting their stuff together. So I just wanted to, give them some light.
Right. Respect that. What does hip hop mean to you?
Everything. I mean, hip-hop is the reason I am who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop is the reason I'm able to do the things, some of the things I do, like outside of battle rap, branching out and, having my own business and having my own clothing line and my own sneaker and, doing my own cologne is all because of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Because of hip-hop, I was able to do something that's in hip-hop, which is rap. Right. You know what I'm saying? One of the main things, and grow a supporting cast from that to be able to do these other things. So hip-hop to me is very important. And I come from the borough where, hip-hop was started, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So that's good following up to what does the Bronx mean to you?
Everything. I mean, the Bronx made me who I am, you know what I'm saying? And I think anybody will say this about, whatever borough anybody from. I think where you was raised is what makes you. It's what makes you who you are. You know what I'm saying? The Bronx, being raised in the Bronx is what gave me morals and understanding certain things and going through the stuff I went through just, it helped me become who I am today. So it means a lot.
Right. Where in the Bronx are you from?
I'm from 181 University Avenue, right across the street from Bronx Community College.
Okay.
If you know where that's at, yeah, I'm from that side. 183rd, Burnside,
right.
Fordham Road. I'm from all that area.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from 158 in Brook. So
yeah. Yep.
So I grew up down the hill, pretty much like down the hill from Uni. That's how I know Umpino.
Okay.
Yeah, because they from up the hill in Corner.
Right.
So how was your childhood?
Great, actually. I ain't have a care in the world. My childhood, I was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I was a good kid. I was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? My mom's had some money.
Right.
I don't know where she was getting it from, but she had it.
Right.
I got whatever I wanted. So I had a great childhood. Whoa.
Right. Describe high school Goodz.
Okay, high school is when it start coming into play. That's when high school, you start feeling yourself a little bit. Thought was a little more grown. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to start doing stuff on my own, start getting my own money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So going into those teenage years, now you start trickling into the streets a little bit. Now you got more freedom. You outside. Because when you go to high school is freedom.
Right.
That's what high school is. It's freedom. You go from being in junior high where you locked down to high school where you don't got to go to school if you don't want to.
Right.
You can walk right out the door.
Right. Junior
high, you can't do that. So it's more freedom, and it's up to you to make the right decisions and craft your life from there. So, that's when I got into, wanting to be. Now I want to be grown. I think I'm grown. In high school, you start thinking you're grown.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was same person I am now, though, pretty much. Just coming into myself, wanting to make my own money and start doing certain stuff. You get to high school, the girls are different. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you got you went from junior high, you might have been the freshest dude in the school. Now everybody fresh in high school. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you the seventh freshest dude, and there's like 7 of y'all that's all fresh. So now you can kind of compete, and it's more competition in high school. Right. It's bigger. There's a bunch of other things going on. So yeah.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Alfred E. Smith.
Oh, Smith. Okay.
Yup, I went over there.
Right.
Right with it. What's over there? Jackson? Is that the projects right there? Is that Jackson?
No.
What's the projects? What's them projects?
That's around. I want to say that's around like Maria Lopez and.
That's around Maria Lopez.
No,
it is.
Yeah.
But that's Jackson project.
Okay, you're right.
That's Jackson and Cortland is.
Yeah. How was that area at that time?
That area was crazy at that time. But I never got into none, bro. Like going into high school because I rap. I always was like kind of popular because I rapped, you know what I'm saying? So even the older dudes that used to be out there getting money, they used to know me for rapping, like, yo, this little nigga nice. So they always showed me love and made sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like rapping did a lot, and it helped me like gain a lot of respect from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just because I could rap. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Do you remember your first rhyme?
Yep.
What was it about?
I don't know. I can spit it for you right now.
Go ahead.
Here we go with the flow. It's time to get busy. Kicking fat rhymes that'll make you go dizzy. I'm the fly guy with the tech. With my hat to the back, but I'm not a roughneck. So if you stop the stepping, I'll tell you stop the stepping. I could shut you out and I don't need no weapon. I'm the kind of guy that could run a mile with the braids in my hair, so don't sweat my style. I go out and come in. Punch you in your face, then I'm mighty 5,000. When it come to rap, I'm number one. My man over here, show him how it's done. It was crazy. I remember that rap.
Right.
That's it. I remember that's the only rap I remember word for word. I can't remember raps I just wrote, like battles, and I can't remember none of them.
Right.
But I would never forget that rap.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you could tell by the words and the verbiage, like whatever that was, like rough.
You could tell, rough
yeah.
Audi 5,000.
Yeah.
Don't sweat my style, like all of yeah.
That's tough.
Old,
What year is that?
Ah, man, I was about 10.
Right.
I wrote my first rap, I think, when I was like 10.
Right.
I was still in this is before junior high school, because I was in PS 91.
Right.
So this is third, fourth grade. So I had to be like 7, 8.
Right.
I wrote that rap then.
Wow. So the leader of Grown Man Bars, GMB movement, what's that about?
It was just something I wanted to start, and at that time, we especially in battle rap, everybody had groups. They had their people they messed with. It was mostly battle rappers that was grouping up. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to take my dudes, the people I know that's my friends, that's nice and rapping, and give them some light and make people start watching them.
Right.
So I started the Grown Man Bars joint, and I put everybody, all my niggas I thought was nice down with that.
Right.
And just start pushing them. Start doing the ciphers to start pushing them so people could hear them. It wasn't for me at all, just so people could hear them. And it got big. They was doing a lot, and a lot of people got familiar with them, and that's all I wanted it for. Right. Yeah.
What makes you want to share your light with others?
I can't even answer that question. Why would I want to share my life with others? It's just me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like this. I feel like when you got one boss or popping person in your crew,
right,
everybody's gonna depend on that one person. Right? To make the moves, you know what I'm saying, to do this, to open up stuff for them.
Right.
But when you got 10 people on your crew and all 10 are bosses,
right,
y'all way stronger. It's totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you don't got to depend on one person to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like with me saying a lot of people don't team up and do stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying, I want to own a building one day.
Right.
For me to try to own that building gonna take a lot. But if me, you, and him come together, we can own that building. It
Right.
cuts the price into 3.
Right.
Cuts the price not in half into a quarter, because now we all putting up money. So to own a building, it might be $350,000, right, to put down.
Right.
That's gonna be a lot on me to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if all 3 of us come together, all of us got good credit, and it makes it that much easier to do. And people don't understand it. They think they got to do everything themselves, but that's not. You making it harder on yourself by trying to do stuff yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have 10 bosses in my crew than 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Fab, in one of his recent freestyles, said, people rather be broke bosses than rich teammates.
There we go.
And that plays into that. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, how people, you know, it all can't fall on one person, you know, and we all got to bring some kind of value to the situation. You know what I'm saying? So whether we all right, cool, Goodz is the artist, all right, cool. You get your TLC license, yo, could you cut hair? Yo, photographer, like.
You put the whole team together.
Right, put the team together.
The thing is putting the whole team together and all being bosses. Because if you're a boss at doing this and you great at interviewing people and talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might not be. Your man might not be, but he good at taking pictures.
Right.
He don't got to talk. Your job is to take pictures.
Right.
He might be the best at on a computer.
Right.
You don't know nothing about it. You ain't too good with computers, but
Right.
he know everything about computers.
Right.
That's the team. You don't have nothing to worry about now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to worry about. You locked in with the team. You don't got anything to worry about.
Right. Goodz is an influencer that has inspired legions of new rappers to pick up the mic and battle.
Where you got that from?
I think your website.
Okay.
Yeah. Got a good website, by the way. A lot of good information that you could just talk and you could use that into talking points.
Yeah. I feel like when you go to a website, you supposed to be able to take something from it.
Right.
Because it'll make you want to go back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you could take something from it or if you could learn from it, it'll be something that's stuck in your head and never go nowhere.
Right.
Like you see that quote from there.
Right.
Now my website would be stuck in your head because of that quote.
Right.
And not just because of what you saw. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? When you read something, that gets stuck in your head quicker than you looking at something.
Right. Who introduced you to battle rap?
Nobody. I introduced myself. I was coming home one day from school. I had to come home before the lights came on.
Right. I remember that.
Walking from school. It's a crowd of people. I'm looking, I hear people rapping. I don't know what's going on. Squeeze through the crowd. And I look and I see 2 people going back and forth. I don't know what it is at the time, but they going back and forth. I know they rapping. I know what rapping is. They going back and forth at each other. Boom, boom. I stood there the whole time, and I'm just was so mesmerized by it, like. And then I got my ass beat that night because I got home too late. But from then I knew, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, whatever this is, I want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. How do you prepare for a battle?
Relax, chill. I let the stuff come to me. You know what I'm saying? The way I prepare for a battle is I let the thoughts and everything come to me. I don't force nothing. I don't say, I got to write this rap by today. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be in the mood to rap, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I got to put stuff on my plate. So whenever that thought pop, boom, I just let my mind work. I start writing boom, boom. And then wherever it stops at and it start getting hard, that means I don't need to keep going.
Right.
I might wake up. I might be up 3 o'clock. I write a lot of my, like when I do battles, I write a lot of them battle raps like 3 in the morning. It's like I'll just be up and then my mind will start going. And it's for some reason, I guess when everything calms down is when my mind start going. I'm up 2, 3 in the morning. I done wrote 32 bars of it. I'm like, man, and that's, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, that has happened to me.
Stuff.
You know, sometimes, I don't know, it's something about that time, like where everything is just
It's quiet, calm.
Your thoughts are going, and like the flow of things is just going. I wrote during COVID. I wrote a lot of like children's books.
Fire.
And I was just up writing all night.
That's
and
fire.
my man's had got killed, and I was writing these. You could say poems, you know,
Right.
but just expressing myself.
Dope.
And I wrote something it's called "This Gotta Be Hell." You know, where, you know, it was just like really depicting these scenarios. Like, you know, all right, you in a chicken spot, these 2 dudes walk in. and those scenarios start happening. Like you be thinking like, I bet if they do this, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah,
right,
they
right,
like
right.
you know, if you've been there, you know, like
right. I get it.
You start
going,
yeah. Like
I'm like that too. I'm an overthinker, so I think about everything.
But we from places where you had to, you know, being clueless could get you hurt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So even me as the the self-proclaimed king of the sidewalks, you know, I'm from Brook Ave. Like I had to pay attention because not knowing certain things could put me in harm's way. Right. You know, and so seeing that, so this guy
out the Brook, my first girlfriend in my life was from Cyprus.
Okay.
So I used to be all through there. Young nigga running through there. Word.
I'm sure those were different times over there.
Yeah, what?
Very tasty, cheesy, oniony, all of the above. One word to describe it, scrumptious, right? We from the town, so we just gonna say pause first, but it melts in your mouth. You just love it. You know what I'm saying? I wear this shirt to sleep. How much I love 7th Street Burger, man. It's near and dear to my heart. You see the logo? It's near to my heart. That's how we do it, man. Peace.
Yeah, you couldn't Google Map nothing. You just had to show up. Oh, word? All right, yeah, this is what we doing over here. Crazy times. But just to finish up the poem, I just felt like it's a fucked up feeling that another black man sees me as his enemy or somebody that'll cause him harm, and I'm looking at him the same way. So it's more like the black on black crime, how we. A lot of our trauma comes from each other. Right. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really got a lot of white people in the Bronx like that. And if you avoid the police, you don't really have no encounters with them. So most of the people we're trying to avoid or trying to fight against look just like us. True. You know? True. Is fighting in battle rap corny?
Fighting?
Yeah.
The crazy thing about battle rap is it's not a lot of fights. Like for it to be battle rap is like a full contact sport with no contact, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like a aggressive sport. And for it to be so much aggression and anger and you trying to kill your opponent and break down your opponent, it's not a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? With me though, I can't say fighting in anything is corny because if you feel disrespect, if somebody disrespects you, right? Right. All right, for instance, like for me, with battle rap, I don't ever respect somebody talking about somebody dead something. Right? Especially like your mom's or your sister, like somebody close to you. Right. I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk about somebody's mother that just passed, right? And this happened before. That's still somebody's mother, yo. Right. Like, no matter what it's cool. This is cool to you, but that person still gotta leave and mourn. His mom's just passed. Right. You know what I'm saying? The only person you know your whole life is your mom's. You come out your mom, she's there. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's who you know from the beginning. Right. So I don't believe in that. Like people like your moms, your kids. To me, those should be off limits. You know what I'm saying? As being a man. So me saying that is, I don't think fighting anywhere is corny if it's disrespect to the point where something like that. I mean, if you feel disrespected. Now, one thing I learned is, because I'm somebody that went through altercations before. Right. I'm somebody that did something on stage, and I had to learn from all that. I learned that this is still a business, and this is me getting older. Battle rap is a business. You got to treat everything like it's a business. And if I feel disrespected by something, or want to do something, I'm going to wait till I get off that stage because the fans ain't pay to see me do nothing to nobody or swing on somebody or something like that. They pay to see me rap, and I'm going to get the fans what they want. If I feel any type of way, when I walk off the stage, I'll handle it there in the back when nobody got to know. And that's something I learned just, you know what I'm saying, get older and being in the game for a while.
Has anybody ever swung on you on stage?
Nah.
Your opponent?
Nah. Nobody never swung on me.
Right. So, NDAs in battle rap, right? Is this even battle rap anymore? That's one of your tweets.
Right.
So, like, what is that? What does a battle rap contract look like?
I don't. When you write an NDA, right? If you write an NDA on something the other person can't talk about, That's not battle rap. Like for me, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, it used to be a rule that you couldn't say nothing about my daughter. Right. And I used to tell them that's in my contract, you know what I'm saying? But it really was just a verbal agreement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, to me, kids and like somebody dead that's close to you is that should be off limits.
Right.
But that was it for me. So if somebody got one thing that they don't want somebody to talk about, I can understand that.
Right.
That can go on your contract.
Right.
You know, if my mother passed, I just don't want none of that because I'm going to take it away. That's understandable. But not an NDA of 5 different things you don't want somebody to talk about. You taking away they whole round on what they could talk about.
Right.
If you got one thing, that's cool because there's a bunch of other things you could talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Can someone live off battle rap?
For sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are gun bars needed in battle rap?
Are gun bars needed in battle rap? I think everything is needed in battle rap. Whatever you bring, whatever your style, whatever you talk about is all needed because we all got different styles. We all talk about different things. So I think without gun bars, though, it wouldn't be no battle rap. Everybody, because it's easy for somebody, you could have never shot a gun in your life, but you could talk about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You could make up a creative bar about a gun and what you would do with it. And I think that give people their creativity ability because a lot of people will never shoot a gun in their life, but they could rap about it and say what they'll do. So you know what I'm saying? Let them live. So I think gun bars is needed in battle rap.
Right. How can you tell your opponent is unprepared?
You could tell your opponent is unprepared if they stuttering through their raps.
Right.
Once they first start, if they not getting straight through their raps and they kind of stuttering a little bit, and you could hit in the first couple of bars, like the first 16, you'll be able to tell if they prepared or they not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Right. All right. Now it's Twitter time, or X as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared to spend money on your ideas.
Right.
What does that mean to you?
Don't be scared to spend money on your ideas, meaning don't let a thought just remain a thought in your head.
Right.
A lot of people have great ideas. You might have a great idea in your head right now when you would say, I'm going to do this when da-da-da-da-da. And that thought will stay in your head for however long. And you'll keep saying to yourself, I'm going to do this when this happens. What you're doing is you letting that thought remain a thought and you stand in the same position. So when you think of something, don't be scared to explore it and do it.
Right.
People be scared of failing. You know what I'm saying? Mm. If you fail, all right, you're going to be in the same position you in.
Right.
But if you win on it, you're in a better position.
Right.
I'd rather take the chance failing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Knowing it's a possibility of me winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't see past the corner store in their block.
Right.
So they don't know how to take that jump into that thing they want to do and actually doing it. Right. Then a lot of people is lazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It takes 2 seconds to get on Google and start looking stuff up to figure out what you want to do for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just don't let a thought remain a thought. Mm. If you think of something as a good idea to you, go for it.
Right.
And don't be scared to fail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a possibility you're going to win also.
That's true.
So
that's true. Still going to take a dope up and coming. Oh, still going to take a dope up and coming battle rapper for one round. I saw some of the names y'all said. I'm paying attention. Mm-hmm. So why put yourself out there or take these up and coming battle rappers?
I think the only way for battle rap to grow and for any field to grow that you in is to usher in new talent. So if I could use me being in the game for as long as I've been in the game and the fans I got throughout the years and the support and the popularity I got to shed some light on somebody else that I like, that I think is dope, that should get the light, that's what I'm going to do, and I think everybody should do that. That's the only way the culture you in is gonna grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you usher in new talent and the people like myself and whoever that's been on top for however long, greet them and bring them in.
Right.
So
who are some of these upcoming battle rappers we should look out for?
Oh man. The thing is, I don't really pay attention to a lot of the newer dudes unless all the dudes that I paid attention to, they already starting to pop.
Right.
So if there's anybody like new right now, I wouldn't know. But the dudes that starting to pop that I've been paying attention to was somebody like Swamp. And he's probably the last dude I was paying attention to that popped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But every time I paid attention to a dude, it was somebody that by now they already popped. So
right.
like the newer dudes, I wouldn't really know.
All the hype behind that battle, Easy versus Geechee, definitely doing $1 million in under a week. Negative spread more than anything positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Easy versus Geechee. Geechee had a lot to talk about. We're coming after, a lot of things with Easy that was put on YouTube and, the whole Remy allegations, the situation with Pat Poose and all this stuff. And when that happens, the negativity, people want to see that more than anything positive.
Right.
So you always going to get way more views on something negative than something positive because the negative things are more entertaining.
Right.
The positive stuff ain't.
Right.
That's how people look at it. So anything negative, because there was so much negative things to say in that battle, it was automatically going to get those type of views and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when they say a lie is more entertaining than the truth.
There we go. Same thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many lies do you think are told in battle rap?
In like one battle?
Yeah.
800,352. Yeah.
Right.
In one battle.
What would you say was one of the biggest lies said about you?
That's easy. The last battle I just had, Goodz versus Calico, he said my father was white. That was like the biggest thing I ever heard in battle rap.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't even understand it.
Where do you think he got that from?
I don't know. I think people be I think when they go against me, they don't have too much to say, and he had to create something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's maybe somebody told him that and he ran with it.
Right.
But a lot of people's always gonna be wrong and strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they're wrong, they gonna keep going with it. In battle rap, you can't say, he probably know it ain't true now, but he can't say it ain't true because then it'll break down his whole joint. So that probably was the biggest reach or lie, or one of the biggest in battle rap for sure. To me, that I heard, it was crazy. It was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Prayers for Surf.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What's your relationship like with him?
Me and Surf don't got no crazy friendship, relationship or nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, he in a situation and, I could send prayers his way for him to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a young black man in that situation.
Right.
For sure. I don't got to be the best of friends with somebody to, to hope they do better or hope they do well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I can respect that. So explore Goodz content, exclusive apparel. So let's start with the cologne.
Mm-hmm.
How does one go about starting a cologne or getting a cologne, their own cologne?
Do the research like I did. You know what I'm saying? I got into cologne during like COVID 2020. I got into it like hard. You know what I'm saying? And I just started buying mad cologne before I knew it. And like a month time, I had like 20 colognes. I'm like, what the? But I was into it. It becomes like addictive. You know what I'm saying? Like when you collecting at that point, right?
Right.
And then this stems back from me saying, don't let a thought just be a thought. I said, yo, I want to do my own cologne.
Right.
And I learned how to not just say I want to do something and actually do it.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing for people it's easy to just say you want to do it.
Right.
Then you make up a whole bunch of reasons on why you're not doing it now.
Right.
I'm going to do it whenever, but you're making up a whole bunch of reasons why you're not doing it now. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a cologne.
Right.
I start Googling, start looking up places, boo-boo. Finally found the spot, went there, made my own cologne. I liked this, so I said, yo, this is fire.
Right.
I want to put this out. I'm going to put it out.
Right.
After I said I want to put it out, I'm going to put it out.
Right.
And I did everything I had to do. Got some artwork done for it, did a label, found the bottles. I just went full-fledged and did everything and put it out. And that was the best thing I could have did.
Mm.
Best thing I could have did.
Excuse me. So now we have the butter soft levers, right?
I got one on right now.
Right. Definitely, good promo, walking ad right now. So what makes you start that?
Because I was always into Pelles.
Right.
Growing up, you know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of Pelles. So when I got to this age, when I did the cologne, once I did a cologne and I was successful with that, I said, damn, it ain't nothing I can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I sold a cologne that they can't smell. They just bought it off of me, what I gave them throughout the years. Remember, they can't smell it, they can't sample it, so they're buying it just off of me. You know what I'm saying? Which is like great. That means I got a support system. I got people that actually support me. So I said, if I could do a cologne, I could do a sneaker. That was the second thing I did.
Right.
I always was into sneakers. Why can't I do a sneaker?
Right.
Did my own sneaker. After that, it was, damn, Pelle not really out right now. That's all I used to wear. I need to do my own leather, and I want to make it just like them butter soft Pelles, because those was my joints, them butter soft Pelles.
Right.
Let me figure out how I could do that. And I went and looked up everything and found the manufacturing company that, you know what I'm saying, that deals with Pelle and did it. It's just that simple. It's not, and did it.
Right.
And that was it. You know what I'm saying? It took off from there where I just started getting into all the colors and seeing how I could do it, and you know what I'm saying? So just me growing up wearing Pelles, I just get into now knowing that I can do stuff myself.
Right.
I said I want to do my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wear a Pelle no more. I want to make my own Pelle.
Right.
That was it.
It seems like you've been able to master like the power of the mind, knowing that, your mind is your most powerful tool, and then you got to exercise that, execute on things. So this makes me think, like, what advice would you give to someone who feels like they failed on their New Year's resolution? Because we're only in the second month of the year.
Right.
But, like, I feel like we need to tell, like, it's not the end of the world. We still got 11 months, 10 months and a half,
Well, I look at it like this. For anybody that made a New Year's resolution and thinks they failed, you didn't even get to the resolution yet.
Right.
It's only 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's never a fail when you make an attempt. It's just a learning experience. It ain't never a fail. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait to the end of the year to say you failed. And then when you get to the end of the year, it's not even a fail. I bet you learned so much in that time on trying to do what you wanted to do that next year will be the year pop for you.
Right.
So nothing is never a fail. You know what I'm saying? You just learning. That's all you doing. If it's not feeling it. But if I go into something and, you know what I'm saying, the sneaker, if I'm going to make a sneaker and it don't come out right, I know what I did wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I go to make a sneaker and it's not selling, I know how to market it better next time.
Right.
You're learning as you go every step of the way while you're doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention, then you will know you learning. Some people just do it and just look at it as a fail and throw it away. But you throwing away all the stuff you learned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get it on the first time. It's rare to get something on the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan was cut from his team.
Right.
You're talking about the greatest player to ever play the game was cut from his team. What does that mean?
Right.
You know why he became the greatest player? Because he didn't stop there. And that's what happened with people. People stop. Right. When they fail, they stop.
Right.
You ain't failing. You just learning. You just learned more things you needed to learn to get to where you need to be. That's
right.
all.
That's all. So what makes you start to do these battle rap recaps? And how do you score around?
I mean, I started doing what happened was I had a deal with this streaming site called Caffeine.
Right.
So that showed me that I could sit in front of a camera and talk, and people actually want to hear me. I wasn't into that.
Right.
So when my deal was over with them, you know, that was kind of it for me. I was getting paid good money from just to sit in front of a camera. So I'm like, wait, but you know, I could sit home and in front of a camera, just, you know, talking as actually people that want to hear me.
Right.
I'm gonna just do it myself. I don't need Caffeine to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got an audience. I have a YouTube account.
Right.
I'm gonna just do it myself. And that's what I started doing. And then as the more I did it, the more I realized that it's actually people or a lot of fans that want to hear certain things coming from somebody that's really in the game.
Right.
You can respect the more when it's come from somebody in the game. Like you had these analysts and people like that, let's say that do basketball. You respect them. That's why a lot of these basketball players that got podcasts now, stuff like that.
Right.
Because I could respect some more watching somebody that actually did it.
Right.
Than somebody that never did it before and trying to tell you about it. That don't make no sense to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me start talking about these battles and certain things, because it's actually people that want to hear it coming from somebody that's in the game, that know what they're talking about, and somebody that's just sitting there watching it.
Right. So what do you look for in a round?
All right, so the biggest thing I look for in battle rap when I'm judging is consistency. So I'm breaking it down for you real quick. Let's say the first person go. His round is crazy, is up here, crazy. The second person go. His round was good. It wasn't as crazy as the first, but it was good. It was a good round. So it's about right here. Let's say now, second round, the first person go again. His round go from crazy and it drops and it's okay. It's just okay. It's a decent round. Let's say now the second person go in that second round and his round is where it was the first round.
Right.
It's a good round. Right. Now we get to the third round. The first person go, he have a good third round.
Right.
The second person go, he has a good third round.
Right.
I'm giving it to the person that was good all the way through. You see, the first person was started up here, came down here, and then went right here.
Right.
When that second person was right here the whole time.
Right.
He was good the whole round. So the consistency of the rounds for me win you the round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get it. So we got our last two questions.
Okay.
Right. So we're very big on the youth, trying to give them information, seeing a person such as yourself, things that they could apply, but also seeing growth, right? Mm-hmm. Us as men, us as fathers, you know, learning through our mistakes. So I always ask my guests, what would be your message to your younger self?
Ah, man. My message to my younger self would be, that's a good question. You could do the things you thinking about doing. Because when I was younger, I was the same person that had a thought in my head and just said, nah, I can't do that. How can I do that? How can I make a sneaker? Only Nike doing sneakers. You know what I'm saying? How can I do a cologne? Only Creed is doing colognes. They big. I can't do it. And that stops you from doing the things that you want to do when you feel like you can't. So I would tell myself, no, you can actually do the things you're thinking of.
Right.
Do it. Because if I would have started, another thing I'd have told myself is work on your credit.
Right.
Get your credit right now.
Right.
It's another thing. I started late with all this stuff. To me, I started in my 30s.
Right.
If my credit and everything would have been together, early 20s, I'd have been a millionaire.
Right.
So I think that's the most important thing I would have said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's super important. I seen one of my students, I'm a dean at a high school.
Okay.
So she was saying that she bought a moose knuckle, whatever, $1,900 jacket. So she don't even like it no more. And she bought it on a credit card. And I was like, $1,900, you make $450 every 2 weeks. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you about to go to college, you got to put some of that money away. But she's like, nah, my mom said credit cards are for big purchases. Said, nah, not that kind of big purchase.
Nah.
Like, this is like you buy a crib, you just put mad money on a mortgage, you got to get some furniture, like that kind of stuff.
Because you still got to pay it back.
Right. But that jacket that, you know, is 4 or 5 of your paychecks and you got to pay interest on it. She's like, yeah, that's how I learned it. But,
That, and that's the thing. When you're dealing with credit, one thing I learned is when you make a purchase, it should be a purchase you're able to afford.
Right.
If you're only making $450 every paycheck and it's a $1,900 purchase, you can't afford that. Always do a purchase you could afford. So if you're making $1,900 a week, then you could afford that purchase for $1,900 that one time.
Right.
Because it all came down to you can pay that off in 2 checks if you wanted to.
Right.
But if you gotta wait 6 checks to pay something off, you can't afford it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So always make purchases you can afford. Go with how much you're making and stuff like that, because that credit, you will get caught up in that and be done. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I mean, it's also income tax season, so we're gonna see everybody little bag, balling, lobster tails, Casamigos and lashes and going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But then it's over. Listen, have your time. But hey, you know.
Lashes for $200, popping.
Right. Uh-huh.
2 months, bitch, don't got no lashes.
Right.
Looking crazy.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Go.
You got baby daddies getting close to their baby mother this time of year. You know, that's how it goes. Message to young battle rappers.
To young battle rappers, promote yourself. Nobody ain't gonna promote yourself the way you are. Right. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself a brand. Make yourself a brand, not just a battle rapper. When you a brand, you go further. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you got charisma and character, you go further, and that's making yourself a brand. Right. Make yourself a brand, not just a battle rapper or a rapper. You want to be a brand. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Right.
And how'd you come up with like the slick talk and slick walk and?
I feel like that's just a part of me. You know what I'm saying? It's the type of stuff I talk about and the way I say things. You have rappers that's punchline rappers. You have rappers that scheme. You got rappers that got a crazy flow. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some rappers that got that slick talk. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think like to me, like Rick Ross got that kind of slick talk feel. You know, Jada.
Right.
That kind of slick talk. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. Not a lot of people got that, but you know what I'm saying? That's just to me, I just made it into a whole nother category in hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I might say something, we might say the same thing, but I'm gonna say it different. It's gonna be in my way, where it's gonna be a little more slicker. It's gonna be the same exact thing. Right. But it's gonna be put in different words. You know what I'm saying? It might mean the same thing, but it's gonna be put in different words. For me, that's a little slicker than the way no person said it. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, shout out your Instagram, the businesses, the website, everything we need to know.
Yeah, Instagram, Goodz Da Animal, GOODZDA Animal. You can hit me up on there. My Twitter is The Real Goods, everything spelled right. The website, nothingbutgoods.com. I also got an app, Nothing But Goods, the app. It's in Apple Store, Google Play Stores, is all over. A lot of people got the app, so shout out to everybody that downloaded the app. And you go order your stuff straight from there. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I definitely got to download that app.
And I got a store in Jersey too.
Right.
I got a store called Slicks actually in Jersey that got all my stuff in it. 728 Lafayette Avenue, Hawthorne, New Jersey. That's appointment based. You can hit me up and somebody will be there to come. Yeah, so that's it.
That's fire, man. And lastly, what made you choose Conversation with Zoe?
I like the fact that you really get into these interviews, you know what I'm saying, and really do your homework. And it's an art to interviewing, and people don't understand that, man. I done been in me being in the game for years, man, 15 plus years. I done did a whole bunch of interviews, and I done went into interviews where they in there just smoking and asking questions off the top of their head, and that's not an interview. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing an interview, you really got to do your homework on somebody and ask good questions. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit there and just have a regular conversation because I could stay home and talk to somebody I actually want to talk to for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that you serious about your craft, and it shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it shows with the look. That's another thing I look at, the look of it, how clean it look.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I just pay attention to the detail, the small details like that, and those are the joints I want to do. And I worked hard enough to be able to pick at this point in time, who show I want to do and who show I don't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. I appreciate that, man. Well, thank you for your time.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? We locked in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Go check out everything he got going on. And Slick Zoe, you heard? We out.
Yeah.
Peace and love, world. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, support the channel, show your love. You know what I'm saying? We having great conversation week in and week out. You never know who's coming. You never know what we're going to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about peace and love. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment.